In 2015, another plank in Queensland's education reforms will be realised when grade 7 moves from primary school into secondary. A trial is currently underway to iron out any teething problems. This year, Murrumba State Secondary College, north of Brisbane, accepted Year 7s for the first time. 7:30 Queensland went along to class to see how the students and teachers are coping.
Got all your books there? Got all your books?
It's a typical morning routine in households around Queensland. Kids pack their books, their lunch boxes and head off to school. But twins Luke and Abby Douglas aren't your typical 12-year-olds. They're among the first Year 7s in high school.
To be honest, at first I was a little sceptical. They were in a little private school that was really nurturing. They were very well looked after, but they were just getting to a stage where they were getting a little bit bored and a little bit frustrated, and it was scary for me to make that change. But for them, they begged me.
I used my nagging skills and it worked. and I said there'd be a lot of great stuff to do.
Indeed, today, Luke, Abby and their classmates are doing robotics. It's the kind of lesson they'd probably never encounter in primary school.
The robotics has enabled us to teach them mathematics without actually letting them know that. At the moment, they don't actually know that they're learning about equations and programming while they think they're having fun, so it's really good.
The kids are learning, but so are their teachers as they adjust to dealing with younger pupils.
I think most staff have had to undergo a little bit of a change in their pedagogies and the way that we're teaching with our students. Some things that I've certainly noticed with our students is that their enthusiasm is quite intense at some times. Didn't go forward, add that weight motor in there.
The students aren't treated as Year 8 students in a Year 7 setting. Their needs are different in both the learning area and the social and emotional area, and the model in place needs to reflect that.
OK, have you got your spatula ready to go? This is one of the major selling points of moving Year 7 into high school. There are specialised subjects with specialised teachers and higher tech facilities.
I like the HPE and ITD and science, because this time we got to make a balloon-powered car. And mine rolled the fastest, I went the furthest.
I love the sport the best because our sport teachers, they're really supportive and they give us opportunities in all different sports.
But Murrumba Downs is lucky. In many ways, the trial is being conducted under the best possible conditions. The school has about 330 students across Year 7 and 8. It's new, purpose-built and has plenty of room to grow. That won't be the case at other schools.
There are many schools in Queensland where, for example, even land is a concern. That is, the schools are already taking up a large proportion of the facility that's available, and there are significant issues around how they're going to be able to actually fit new facilities in.
The Education Minister says he's aware of the issue.
For example, in my own electorate of Surfers Paradise, Benoa State High School is a school that has nearly 1,700 students now. It's going to have an increased intake of over 300. That means we have to plan properly for the buildings that will be constructed to accommodate that big intake in 2015.
In opposition, John Paul LANGBROEK had some reservations about the Year 7 shift, a reform announced by Labor. Now in government, he's committed to seeing it through.
We believe it's a very important reform for Queensland children for Year 7 to go into high school. After 2015, there will only be one other state, South Australia, that isn't part of this arrangement.
The government has allocated more than $300 million to build 540 new classrooms and refurbish another 1,200. The Teachers' Union hopes it's enough.
There has been speculation about the fact that the initial budget of around $350 million is probably only about a third of what was going to be necessary if every school was getting all that it wanted out of this process. We're yet to see on the ground what the impact will be.
We can't do this in a cut price way. We're going to deliver it as promised on time and on budget.
By 2015, an extra 1,300 teachers will be needed in secondary schools. Some of them will upskill and move across from the primary sector.
There is, in fact, already an oversupply of primary teachers. So the government has been fortunate in the way that this has worked, in that that's where the ready pool of employees actually already exists.
Another 19 high schools will trial Year 7 next year. As for Murrumba Downs, the reports so far are glowing.
There's no doubt in my mind that it's been a very, very positive move and that we've placed our Year 7s very much on the front foot for engaging with the Australian curriculum, but obviously their education for the next 5-6 years.
They're really excelling, they're doing better than I think they ever did. Maybe there's interest, more varied variety, different teachers. Yeah, really good.
Very different because we feel more grown up, like it's like mini adult training.
Opposite one, so what's the opposite to the thrust? It's the gravity. Gravity works